There is a truth that only a few discover. Victory is not something you stumble upon. It is something you claim long before the world recognizes it. To act like you were meant to win is to adopt the attitude, the discipline, and the vision of a champion long before the crown rests on your head. Today, I will share 14 principles to help you embody this truth and transform your destiny. To act like you were meant to win begins with a decision, one that is made deep within your mind before the first step is taken. Those who rise to greatness do not wait for external validation or perfect timing. They declare their victory long before the world sees any sign of it. This mental choice ignites a fire that drives them forward through uncertainty, because when you have already claimed success in your heart, no obstacle can convince you otherwise. The belief that you are destined to win sets the tone for everything that follows, shaping your thoughts, your actions, and the energy you project to the world. Carrying yourself as a winner requires more than silent belief. It demands that you live and act in alignment with the image of victory you hold in your mind. Visualizing the finish line is not enough. You must behave as though you are already there. Speak words of power rather than doubt. Maintain confidence in your posture, and let your actions mirror the discipline of someone who refuses to settle for mediocrity. The moment you embody this mindset, others begin to sense it, and opportunities that once seemed distant start aligning in your favor. Challenges will inevitably arise, yet those who act like they were meant to win do not crumble under pressure. Instead, they convert adversity into fuel, recognizing that every setback contains lessons and hidden advantages. While others view obstacles as proof to give up, winners see them as tests that strengthen their resolve. Each hardship conquered adds another layer of unshakable confidence, proving to themselves and to the world that they are unbreakable. This resilience is not born from luck but from daily discipline forged in moments when no one is watching. Victory is also about the company you keep and the energy you allow into your life. Surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to grow ensures you are constantly rising rather than shrinking. Winners avoid environments of negativity and scarcity. They choose to believe in abundance, expecting good things rather than fearing loss. This outlook draws opportunities toward them and turns small wins into stepping stones for greater success. By celebrating progress instead of waiting for the grand finale, they build unstoppable momentum that propels them forward. Ultimately, acting like you were meant to win means living as though the victory is already yours. It is a quiet but powerful certainty that radiates from within, transforming doubt into determination and hesitation into action. Every day, every decision, and every word must reflect this conviction. When you move through life with this mindset, the world begins to respond differently to you. Doors open, people believe in you, and possibilities expand. Those who truly understand this principle never wonder if they will win. They know they already have, and the rest is simply catching to the belief they chose from the very beginning. When you see yourself at the top before taking the first step, something inside you changes. The journey no longer feels like a distant dream, but a path you are already walking. This vision plants a seed in your mind that grows stronger each day, pushing you forward even when the climb feels steep. The clearer you see that finish line, the more courage you have to begin, because the end is no longer uncertain. It is inevitable. The mind cannot pursue what it cannot imagine. If you have no picture of where you are headed, every challenge will feel meaningless, and every obstacle will seem like a reason to stop. But when your vision is sharp, every hardship becomes part of the story you already know ends in victory. You endure storms because you have already seen the sunlight waiting on the other side. This mental clarity separates those who quit from those who rise. Painting the picture of your victory vividly is not about idle daydreaming. It is about creating a blueprint for your actions. The more detailed your vision, the more precise your choices become. You begin to act in harmony with the future you have already accepted as yours. Each day becomes a rehearse for the life you are building. and every move is fueled by a deep conviction that success is not just possible, but promised. This vision pulls you forward when motivation fades. There will be moments when your energy runs low and your progress feels invisible, but the image you hold in your mind will remind you why you started. It whispers to you in silence, telling you that quitting is not an option because the destination is too clear to ignore. While others stumble in confusion, you walk with certainty, guided by the map you have already drawn. Ultimately, acting like you were meant to win begins with believing you already have. When you see the top before the first step, you begin to carry yourself differently. Your words gain conviction, your presence commands attention, and your decisions align with the person you are becoming. It is this unshakable belief, rooted in vision, that turns ordinary people into unstoppable forces. People who don't just hope to win, but live as though the victory has already been claimed. Carrying yourself with belief begins in the smallest details that most people overlook. The way you walk into a room, the way your shoulders sit, and the way your voice carries all send a message before you even speak. When you act like you are destined for something greater, people sense it without needing an explanation. It is not arrogance, but quiet certainty, a presence that speaks louder than words. This energy attracts respect and opens doors that hesitation would have left closed. Even when storms hit, your posture should remain unshaken. Challenge will come to test you to see if your faith is real or just a show for others. In those moments, the way you hold yourself becomes a declaration to life itself. You will not break. Keeping your head high is not denial of the storm, it is defiance against it. You choose to face difficulties with calm strength, showing both yourself and the world that you are bigger than the trial in front of you. The tone of your voice carries weight, too. A confident voice steadies not only your own mind, but also the minds of those who listen to you. In uncertain situations, people naturally look to the one who appears grounded. By speaking with calm conviction, you lead without needing a title or authority. The belief you express through your words becomes contagious, inspiring others to rise to the same level of courage. Presence is something deeper than posture or voice. It is the aura you carry everywhere you go. It is born from knowing your worth and refusing to shrink in spaces that challenge you. When you step into any situation fully aware of the power inside you, others respond instinctively. Opportunities gravitate toward those who project quiet strength because people trust those who clearly trust themselves. Living this way transforms you from the inside out. You no longer wait for victory to feel confident. You act confident because you already see yourself victorious. This behavior trains your mind to align with success, and eventually your circumstances begin to follow. By carrying yourself as though you were meant to win, you invite the world to treat you accordingly. And over time, that treatment becomes your reality. The words you speak shape the reality you live in, whether you realize it or not. Each phrase you use either fuels your progress or feeds your doubts. Those who aim to rise understand this and guard their speech with discipline. They do not allow careless statements of fear or failure to leave their lips, because every spoken word plants a seed in the mind. Over time, those seeds grow into beliefs, and beliefs determine the limits of what you can achieve. Winners know that speaking power into their goals creates an inner momentum that nothing external can match. When they declare their intentions with confidence, they program their minds to seek solutions rather than excuses. Saying, "I will do this," shifts the energy far more than saying, "I hope I can." These affirmations create alignment between thought and action, and when repeated daily, they form an unshakable inner conviction that drives consistent effort. Refusing self-doubt in speech is not about ignoring reality, but about choosing to amplify possibility over fear. Life will always present challenges, but voicing them repeatedly gives them unnecessary power. Instead, the language of winners turns obstacles into opportunities, framing setbacks as temporary and growth as inevitable. This mindset shift is often the difference between someone who quits halfway and someone who pushes through until the breakthrough arrives. In time, this disciplined use of language becomes a habit, and that habit shapes character. People begin to associate you with strength and clarity because every word you speak carries purpose. It's not just about motivating yourself, it's about influencing everyone around you. When your speech reflects belief, it inspires belief in others, creating an atmosphere where winning no longer feels optional. It feels certain. Breakthroughs are never born out of waiting for the perfect moment. Those who achieve them understand that hesitation only allows opportunities to pass by unnoticed. The path to success is rarely clear when you first begin, and waiting for clarity often means standing still while life moves forward without you. Acting boldly, even with limited information, creates momentum, and momentum attracts possibilities that would have remained hidden if you stayed in place. Boldness is not recklessness, it is the courage to move despite the unknown. It is a decision to trust that progress will reveal answers that planning alone cannot provide. Many people spend years preparing for the right time, but those who win are the ones willing to take imperfect steps and learn along the way. Each bold move exposes you to lessons, connections, and opportunities that no amount of theory could ever teach. Fear will always try to whisper reasons to stay still. It will remind you of every possible failure, every imagined embarrassment, every unknown risk. But courage is not the absence of fear. It is the refusal to let fear dictate your choices. Acting boldly means acknowledging that fear exists, but choosing to walk forward anyway, and knowing that growth happens in comfort zones. In the end, those who act like they were meant to win recognize that boldness is the gateway to transformation. They understand that extraordinary results come from extraordinary risks, and that waiting for guarantees is the surest way to remain ordinary. By stepping forward into uncertainty, they give themselves the chance to create outcomes others only dream of. And in doing so, they prove that courage itself is the true starting point of every breakthrough. Desire alone can ignite the spark to begin, but it is purpose that keeps the fire alive when the journey grows long. Many people start with passion, but passion fades when results take time to appear. Those who endure have something deeper guiding them, a reason so powerful it cannot be shaken by disappointment or delay. Purpose gives meaning to every sacrifice and turns hard work into something more than a temporary chase for success. It transforms the process into a calling rather than a task. Living in harmony with purpose means aligning your daily actions with what truly matters to you. It requires honest reflection about why you want what you want, because without clarity, even victories can feel empty. When your goals match your inner values, every step forward feels fulfilling even before the final reward is reached. This alignment creates inner peace. You no longer feel torn between you are and what you are striving for. Instead, you move confidently, knowing that your pursuit is not just for external gain, but also for inner growth. Purpose also strengthens resilience in ways desire cannot. When challenges arise, most people driven by surface level wants quickly lose motivation. But those rooted in purpose interpret struggles differently. Every obstacle becomes part of a bigger story. They see hardships not as proof to quit, but as necessary chapters on the road to fulfillment. This mindset turns what could have been discouraging setbacks into vital lessons that shape character and sharpen focus. Finding purpose requires patience and self-awareness. It is discovered by asking difficult questions. What do I truly value? What impact do I want to leave? What am I willing to fight for even when applause is gone? Answering these questions transforms the way you approach success because it shifts your focus from chasing approval to building something that outlasts you. With this shift, you gain a sense of direction that no external reward can replace. In the end, purpose is what makes victory worthwhile. It not only gives you the strength to keep moving forward, but also ensures that when you finally arrive, the win actually matters. A life lived with purpose is a life that continues to inspire long after the goal is achieved. It is the foundation of lasting success, the force that carries you when motivation is gone, and the quiet certainty that reminds you This is what you were always meant to do. Success does not arrive in a single dramatic moment, but in the quiet repetition of small actions over time. It is built in the early mornings when no one is watching, in the late nights when most have given up, and in the discipline to do what must be done even when inspiration is nowhere to be found. Many people wait for bursts of motivation to carry them forward, but those who achieve lasting success understand that consistency is far more powerful than excitement. The daily habits you commit to, even when they seem insignificant, are the very things that shape your destiny. Rising early is more than a routine. It is a declaration of control over your life. The world is quieter before the sun comes up, and in that silence lies an opportunity to set the tone for your day. Winners use this time to plan, reflect, and prepare, while others sleep through their own potential. By taking ownership of those first hours, you send a message to yourself that you are in command of your future, and that small decision compounds into results far greater than you could imagine. Careful planning turns intention into direction. Without a plan, effort is scattered and progress is slow. Winners know that every goal, no matter how grand, must be broken into clear, actionable steps. They map their days with precision, not to restrict their freedom, but to ensure that every action counts. This planning transforms overwhelming dreams into manageable daily victories, keeping motivation alive and focus sharp, even during long stretches of hard work. Execution is where discipline is truly tested. It is easy to create plans when enthusiasm is high, but the real challenge lies in following when emotions shift, distractions appear, or fatigue sets in. Winners train themselves to act regardless of how they feel. They understand that discipline means doing what must be done long after the mood to do it has left. This steadfast commitment is what separates fleeting effort from lasting achievement. Over time, these consistent habits become identity. You no longer force yourself to work hard. It becomes who you are. Success, then, ceases to be a destination and becomes a natural byproduct of the person you have become. When discipline is woven into your character, winning is inevitable because every choice, every action, and every day reflects the mindset of someone who refuses to live short of their potential. The people you allow into your life shape the way you think, speak, and act, often more than you realize. Being around those who complain, doubt, or settle for less will quietly influence you to do the same. Their energy becomes contagious, and over time, it pulls you away from your highest potential. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with individuals who aim higher, who push themselves, and who refuse to quit naturally inspires you to rise to their level. You begin to mirror their ambition and adopt their mindset, and that subtle shift can transform the course of your life. Choosing the right company is not always comfortable because the people who challenge you to grow will not always tell you what you want to hear. They will push you to confront your weaknesses, hold you accountable to your goals, and refuse to let you settle for mediocrity. At first, this can feel uncomfortable or even frustrating, but it is necessary for growth. True allies in your journey to success will challenge you not out of criticism, but out of belief in your potential. These relationships also provide strength in moments of doubt. When the road feels overwhelming, having someone who reminds you of your purpose can be the difference between quitting and continuing. They will encourage you to see beyond temporary setbacks and remind you of the vision you are fighting for. The right people help carry your belief when your own feels shaky, and in doing so, they become a critical part of your resilience. Celebrating victories with those who genuinely care for your progress adds depth to the journey. Their joy is not rooted in jealousy or comparison, but in shared pride for how far you have come. This mutual support creates an environment where growth is not only possible but expected. Together, you build momentum that would be nearly impossible to sustain alone. Ultimately, the people in your circle either pull you closer to your best self or quietly lead you away from it. Being intentional about your relationships means protecting your energy and investing it where it multiplies. When you choose wisely, You create a network of strength that fuels your ambition and supports your success. The right company does not just help you reach your goals, it reminds you who you are becoming along the way. Setbacks arrive in every journey, often without warning and always at the worst possible time. In those moments, it is tempting to believe that the struggle is a sign you are not meant to continue. But the truth is that every great breakthrough hides behind a wall of resistance. The challenges you face are not meant to stop you, but to prepare you, to shape your character and sharpen your resolve. Those who learn to see obstacles this way stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What can this teach me?" Hidden within every difficulty is something valuable, though it rarely appears at first glance. It might be a lesson that strengthens your discipline, a new skill you are forced to develop, or a perspective that changes the way you approach life. These hidden advantages often become the very reason you succeed later on. Looking back, you realize that what felt like a setback was actually the turning point that positioned you for something greater than you initially planned. The seed of reward planted in hardship only grows if you nurture it with patience and persistence. Many give up too early, walking away just before the lesson transforms into a blessing. But those who endure long enough to see the process through find that the pain of the challenge is temporary, while the growth it produces lasts forever. It is through struggle that you develop the resilience and creativity needed to handle the success waiting ahead. When you train yourself to expect hidden benefits in every challenge, you approach difficulties differently. Instead of fearing them, you search for the value they bring. This mindset turns frustration into curiosity and despair into determination. It allows you to face life's storms with calm, knowing that even if you do not see the reward yet, it is already there, waiting to be uncovered. Ultimately, every obstacle is a choice. You can let it define you or let it refine you. Those who choose refinement walk away stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next stage of their journey. They understand that the road to victory was never meant to be smooth, and because of that, they are grateful for every challenge that shaped them into the kind of person who can truly handle winning. Those who reach the finish line are not always the fastest, the smartest, or the most talented. More often, they are simply the ones who refuse to stop moving forward when everyone else gave up. The ability to endure, to keep going when the path grows dark and uncertain, is what separates those who wish from those who win. It is a quiet determination, born not from comfort, but from an unshakable belief that the struggle will eventually give way to triumph. Quitting is always easiest at the very moment when success is closest. Of your life, the last stretch of any journey often feels the hardest because you are being tested to prove how badly you truly want what you've been working toward. Many stop just inches away from breakthrough because they cannot see how near they are. Those who keep pressing forward through that invisible barrier discover that victory was waiting just beyond their greatest pain. Continuing despite setbacks does not mean ignoring exhaustion or pretending challenges do not exist. It means choosing persistence over perfection and progress over despair. It is understanding that movement, even if slow, keeps you alive in the pursuit of your dream. Each small step forward is an act of defiance against failure, a declaration that the story is not over until you say it is over. This refusal to quit builds strength in ways nothing else can. Every time you push forward in difficulty, you prove something to yourself that you are stronger than you thought and more capable than you believed. That inner proof becomes a source of power you can draw on in every future challenge, you creating a momentum that grows with every trial you survive. In the end, victory is rarely about the moment you cross the finish line. It is about the countless moments you wanted to stop, but didn't. It is about the decision, made over and over again, to keep standing when it would have been easier to fall. Those who refuse to quit do not simply win. They transform into people who can handle winning for your life because the journey has already forged them into champions long before the world recognizes them as such. Acting as if life is working in your favor begins with the way you choose to see the world. Most people spend their days expecting problems, waiting for disappointment, and assuming good things are rare. This mindset blinds them to opportunities that may already be within reach. When you shift your focus to abundance, you begin to notice doors that were always there but went unseen. Life reflects what you expect from it, and when you expect good, good has a way of showing up. Anticipating abundance is not about pretending challenges do not exist. It is about believing that something valuable can still emerge from them, even in difficult seasons. Those who expect positive outcomes are more resourceful and open-minded. They spot solutions others miss because their attention is not consumed by fear. This mindset creates momentum. When you look for opportunities, you find them, and finding them fuels more belief, creating a cycle that builds on itself. Focusing on lack does the opposite. It narrows your vision until all you can see is what's missing. This constant sense of scarcity breeds hesitation, fear, and resentment, which repels the very opportunities you need. When you believe there is not enough to go around, you hold back, play small, and miss chances to grow. Winners reject this scarcity thinking, and knowing that possibility expands for those who dare to believe it exists. Living as though abundance is certain changes your energy and your behavior. You begin taking bolder steps, speaking with more conviction, and approaching challenges with creativity rather than panic. People are naturally drawn to this energy because it feels hopeful and inspiring. It attracts support, resources, and relationships that align with your vision. In this way, abundance is not just a belief. It becomes a self-fulfilling reality. Ultimately, expecting abundance is about trusting that life responds to your mindset. When you anticipate good things, you unconsciously position yourself to receive them. You take actions you wouldn't otherwise take, notice paths you might have overlooked, and persevere through trials because you believe something better is coming. This belief doesn't just prepare you to win, it allows you to live as though you were always meant to win. Your mind is the first and greatest battlefield you will ever face. Every morning when you wake up, you are immediately confronted by thoughts, some encouraging, others filled with fear or doubt. If you do not take control of these thoughts, they begin to shape your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately your destiny. Most people let their minds run on autopilot, unaware that negative thinking has quietly been steering their lives in the wrong direction for years. Winning begins the moment you decide to claim authority over what goes on in your head. Training your thoughts is not a one-time effort, it is a daily practice. Just as a warrior prepares for battle each day, you must prepare your mind before you step into the world. The words you speak to yourself when you rise in the morning set the tone for the entire day. Filling your mind with affirmations of strength, gratitude, and purpose creates a shield against the negativity you will encounter. It ensures you are acting from intention, not reaction, no matter what challenges arise. Negative thoughts will still come, they always do. But mastering your mind means refusing to let them take root. It is about recognizing them quickly and replacing them with thoughts that serve your growth rather than your fear. Over time, discipline rewires the way you respond to stress and uncertainty. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable because your inner dialogue now works in your favor instead of against you. As you strengthen this habit, your perception of the world begins to change. The same events that once triggered frustration or hopelessness now spark curiosity and determination. You begin to see solutions where others only see problems. This mental clarity makes every goal feel more attainable because you are no longer battling yourself on the way to victory. Instead, your mind becomes your greatest ally. Mastering your thoughts daily is the foundation for everything else. Without control of your mind, no plan, no discipline, no vision will last. But when you win this inner battle each morning, you start every day from a position of strength. It is this unseen victory, quiet, internal, consistent, that allows you to face any challenge with the certainty that you are already equipped to overcome it. Each small step forward is proof that you are moving closer to the life you want, even when the destination still feels distant. Too often, people ignore these steps because they seem insignificant compared to the larger goal. They wait to feel proud only when the dream is fully realized, and in doing so, for the remainder of your life, they rob themselves of the motivation that comes from acknowledging progress. Recognizing each step along the way allows you to see that you are no longer standing where you once were. And that alone is victory. Celebrating progress builds a sense of momentum that fuels your determination to keep going. When you honor even the smallest achievements, you create a rhythm of accomplishment that carries you through difficult seasons. This acknowledgement becomes a powerful reminder that growth is happening, even if it feels slow. It transforms the process from a burden into something meaningful, making each day feel purposeful rather than repetitive. These moments of recognition also protect you from discouragement. And big goals can feel overwhelming, and when you focus only on how far you still have to go, it is easy to believe you are failing. By looking back and seeing how far you have already come, you gain perspective. You realize that the person you are today is stronger, wiser, and closer to success than the one who first began the journey. That realization fuels confidence and restores faith in the process. Acknowledging small wins doesn't mean you are settling. It means you understand that greatness is built one layer at a time. Each minor victory is like a brick laid in the foundation of something far bigger. Over time, those bricks become the structure of your dream, strong enough to withstand setbacks and disappointments. This is how real, lasting success is built. Not in leaps, but in steady, deliberate steps. Ultimately, celebrating progress teaches you to value the journey as much as the destination. It helps you find joy in the process, which makes persistence easier and the reward sweeter when it finally arrives. By appreciating what you've achieved today, you fuel the courage to tackle tomorrow, and that cycle of gratitude and determination is what turns steady progress into inevitable triumph. Walking into every situation with the certainty that you were meant to win changes everything about how you show up. It shifts your posture, your tone, and even the energy people feel when they are around you. This is not about arrogance, but about an unshakable belief in your ability to rise no matter the circumstances. When you carry this certainty, life is differently. Doors open that would remain closed to someone who approaches timidly. Confidence, when rooted in purpose and preparation, becomes magnetic and draws opportunities toward you. This mindset transforms challenges into proving grounds rather than threats. Instead of shrinking in the face of difficulty, for the remainder of your life, you meet it with calm determination, knowing that every obstacle is simply part of the process leading to your success. Doubt loses its power because you have already decided the outcome in your heart. Even if the path twists or delays occur, your internal belief never wavers. You keep moving because you already know where you are headed. People naturally follow those who radiate this kind of quiet conviction. Without demanding authority, you inspire trust and respect simply by the way you carry yourself. Your actions and words align, and others feel safe believing in you because you so clearly believe in yourself. This influence often opens doors to support and resources that would never appear for someone uncertain of their own worthiness to win. Living with this mindset also changes the way you view setbacks. Rather than questioning if you are capable, you ask, what must I learn from this to keep going? Because you have already claimed the victory mentally, temporary defeats do not derail you. They refine you. The goal is never in doubt, only the route to reaching it shifts. That unshakable focus allows you to adapt and persist where others might give up. Ultimately, refusing to bow is what allows the world to eventually bow to you. Life favors those who expect to win and act accordingly every single day. When you walk through each moment with the quiet certainty that victory is already yours, you stop waiting for permission to rise. You claim your place, you do the work for the remainder of your life, and you trust that the results will align with the belief you've carried all along.